What really happened inside Stanford on the first night of the soundcheck that left thousands of fans screaming, crying, and unable to believe what they had just witnessed. Was it simply another rehearsal before a massive concert, or did Suga just deliver one of the most unforgettable pre-show moments of his entire career? Stay until the very end because the atmosphere inside the stadium reportedly transformed into something nobody expected, and ARMY around the world are still talking about the shocking energy, emotional reactions, and explosive stage presence that turned a simple soundcheck into a historic night. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because this story is packed with emotional moments, hidden details, surprising reactions, and breathtaking scenes that every fan of BTS absolutely needs to hear. Could this be the most explosive soundcheck Suga has ever delivered? Fans at Stanford were left speechless after witnessing an unbelievable first-day rehearsal filled with shocking energy, emotional moments, and surprises nobody saw coming. The air around Stanford felt different long before the gates even opened. Hours before the first soundcheck session officially began, waves of purple flooded the streets surrounding the venue as fans from different countries gathered together carrying banners, light sticks, handmade posters, and tears already forming in their eyes. Nobody wanted to miss even a single second of what was about to happen because rumors had already begun circulating online that something massive was being prepared behind the scenes. Some fans whispered that the stage production looked bigger than expected. Others claimed they heard parts of unreleased arrangements during rehearsal checks. But nobody truly understood the scale of what was coming until the moment the lights suddenly dimmed and the entire venue erupted into deafening screams. The anticipation had been building all day. Fans inside the stadium kept staring toward the stage every time movement appeared behind the curtains. Camera flashes illuminated the crowd like stars across the night sky while chants echoed louder with every passing minute. It no longer felt like a normal soundcheck. It felt like the beginning of something historic. And then it happened. Without warning, the giant screens flickered alive. The bass thundered through the stadium like an earthquake, shaking seats and rattling the emotions of every single person in attendance. The crowd screamed before anyone even appeared because somehow everyone could already feel his presence. Then suddenly, walking calmly through the haze of lights and smoke, Suga appeared. The reaction was immediate chaos. Fans jumped to their feet, many covering their mouths in disbelief while others burst into tears instantly. The noise inside Stanford became almost impossible to describe. It wasn't just cheering anymore. It sounded like an emotional explosion years in the making. Even before speaking a single word, Suga's aura completely dominated the stadium. Dressed in a relaxed yet striking outfit that perfectly balanced simplicity and star power, he looked calm, confident, and completely in control. But what truly stunned fans was the energy radiating from him the second the music started. Nobody expected a soundcheck to feel this intense. The first beat dropped with overwhelming force, and suddenly Suga transformed. The calm expression vanished, replaced by fierce charisma and explosive performance energy that instantly electrified every corner of the stadium. Fans screamed louder than ever as he moved across the stage with sharp precision, commanding attention effortlessly. Every movement felt powerful. Every lyric hit harder. Every second made the audience feel like they were witnessing a full-scale concert rather than a rehearsal. People who attended described the atmosphere as unreal. Some fans later admitted they completely forgot they were watching a soundcheck because the quality, emotion, and performance level exceeded expectations beyond imagination. Others said the sheer intensity of Suga's stage presence left them shaking emotionally. Even security staff reportedly looked stunned watching the crowd reactions unfold in real time. But then came the moment that truly changed everything. In the middle of one performance segment, Suga suddenly paused and looked around the stadium quietly while the crowd continued screaming his name. For a few seconds, it felt like time stopped. The music faded slightly, the lights softened, and fans held their breath wondering what he was about to say. Then, with a small smile that instantly melted the audience, he thanked everyone for coming and expressed how much he missed performing in front of fans. That simple moment shattered emotions everywhere. Thousands of ARMY began crying almost instantly. The sincerity in his voice hit harder than anyone expected. It wasn't rehearsed. It didn't feel scripted. It felt deeply personal, almost like a conversation between Suga and every fan individually. The emotional weight inside the venue suddenly shifted from excitement to something much deeper. Fans weren't just witnessing a superstar performing. They were witnessing an artist reconnecting emotionally with the people who stood beside him throughout every chapter of his journey. And yet somehow, the night became even more explosive afterward. The second half of the soundcheck reportedly reached another level entirely. Suga's energy intensified dramatically as if the emotional connection with the crowd had unlocked something inside him. The stage lights exploded into vibrant colors while massive visuals illuminated the screens behind him. The music grew louder. The choreography became sharper. The audience screamed non-stop. Some fans later admitted they lost their voices before the soundcheck even ended because the excitement became impossible to control. One of the most talked about moments occurred when Suga unexpectedly changed parts of the performance flow, interacting directly with the crowd in ways nobody anticipated. Instead of keeping things strictly technical like a normal rehearsal, he turned the entire session into an unforgettable shared experience. He laughed with fans, reacted to signs in the audience, and even teased certain moments that immediately sent social media into complete meltdown. Within minutes, clips from inside Stanford spread across the internet at lightning speed. Fans around the world who couldn't attend began flooding comment sections with emotional reactions, disbelief, and desperate excitement. Keywords connected to Suga immediately began trending as people tried to understand what exactly was happening inside the venue. Some viewers watching blurry fan recordings online even commented that the energy felt stronger than many official concert performances they had seen before. What shocked people most wasn't just the scale of the performance itself. It was the undeniable passion radiating from Suga throughout the entire night. Every expression on his face revealed intensity. Every interaction with fans felt genuine. Every performance moment carried emotional weight that audiences could physically feel. Even through screens, viewers around the world described getting chills watching him command the stage with overwhelming confidence and raw emotion. For longtime fans, the night represented something much bigger than a soundcheck. It symbolized growth, resilience, and reunion. Over the years, Suga has built a reputation not only as an elite performer but also as an artist capable of translating real emotions into unforgettable experiences. His performances often balance explosive energy with vulnerability, allowing fans to connect deeply with his artistry beyond the music itself. And inside Stanford, that emotional connection appeared stronger than ever before. Many attendees later described feeling overwhelmed simply seeing how happy he looked on stage. That detail alone became one of the most emotional discussion points online. Fans noticed his smile seemed more relaxed, his interactions more playful, and his confidence more powerful than ever. Some even said it felt like watching an artist fully embrace his moment after years of challenges, growth, and global pressure. As the night continued, every song seemed to raise the emotional intensity higher. The crowd chants grew louder. The synchronized purple lights across the stadium created breathtaking scenes that looked almost cinematic. Fans sang along passionately even during rehearsal segments, transforming Stanford into a massive ocean of emotion and unity. It no longer mattered that this was technically a pre-show event. To everyone present, it already felt legendary. Then another unexpected moment happened. At one point during the soundcheck, Suga reportedly stopped again to observe the audience as thousands of light sticks shimmered in front of him like stars. For several seconds, he simply stood there taking in the moment silently. Fans immediately sensed the emotional significance of what was happening. The atmosphere became incredibly emotional as screams slowly transformed into softer chants filled with love and appreciation. Some fans later claimed they saw tears in the eyes of people around them during that moment. Others admitted they themselves cried uncontrollably because the emotional energy inside the stadium became impossible to contain. The connection between artist and audience felt so genuine that many described it as one of the most meaningful live experiences they had ever witnessed. And still, the surprises kept coming. Toward the end of the soundcheck, Suga unleashed another burst of incredible energy that sent the entire venue into total chaos once again. The music intensified, the stage visuals exploded with color, and fans screamed louder than at any other point during the night. It felt like a final emotional storm before the session concluded. Even people outside the venue reportedly heard the roaring crowd echoing through the surrounding area. When the final moments arrived, nobody wanted it to end. Fans continued chanting long after the music stopped, desperately hoping for one more appearance, one more interaction, one more unforgettable moment. As Suga finally prepared to leave the stage, he looked back toward the audience once again, smiling warmly while waving to fans who continued screaming his name with overwhelming emotion. That final image stayed with people long after the lights faded. Social media quickly exploded with emotional testimonies from attendees calling the night life-changing, unreal, and the most powerful soundcheck ever. Some fans admitted they entered the venue expecting a simple rehearsal and left feeling emotionally transformed. Others said they still couldn't process the level of intensity they had witnessed. What made the night so special was not just the performance quality itself but the emotional atmosphere surrounding every second of it. It felt raw. It felt authentic. It felt deeply human despite the massive scale of the event. In many ways, Stanford became more than a concert venue that night. It became a place where memories were created, emotions overflowed, and the bond between Suga and ARMY became stronger than ever. Fans who attended will likely remember that first soundcheck night forever because moments like these rarely happen twice. The combination of explosive performance energy, emotional sincerity, shocking surprises, and overwhelming crowd passion created an atmosphere that transcended ordinary concerts entirely. And now the biggest question remains. If this was only the first soundcheck, then what unimaginable surprises are still waiting for the actual performances ahead? Because if Stanford was already on fire during rehearsal night, fans around the world can only imagine the chaos, emotion, and unforgettable history that may unfold next once the real show officially begins.